Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Podcast 1.5. I'm Nash, and I'm here with a special guest.
Hi, I'm Marta.
Marta. You might also know her from her YouTube channel, Glistening Stitches. And today, Marta, what are we doing today?
We are analyzing the album Stick Season Will All Be Here Forever, so the deluxe version.
Indeed. So let me quickly just give you some information about Noah Kahan. Okay, so he was an American singer, songwriter, who signed to Republic Records in 2017. His breakout single, Hurt Somebody. So let me quickly explain something. I have everyone over, so they're just in the background, and they're going to be doing funny noises. So
because they're weird.
They are weird, but that's okay. So, anyway, he was born on January 1st, 1997. He's 26 years old, all right? And we will be looking at Stick Season, Will Be Here Forever, and our 21 songs coming from this album. Mm-hmm. It's about 1 hour, 23 minutes long, a bit longer than I usually listen to.
It's pretty long.
So, like I always say, please guys, take your time on it, and you want to just get into it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. You want to start off?
Okay, I guess before we start on the songs, I want to say that I think it's really interesting that instead of just saying, like, Stick Season Deluxe version, he said Stick Season Will All Be Here Forever. So, like, that's kind of, like, the way to, like, substitute the word deluxe. There we go.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes. I forget to write deluxe in my notes.
No, that's what it is, though. That's the actual album.
Oh, is that? Oh.
Yeah, like, I specifically looked. It doesn't say deluxe. It just says Will Be Here Forever.
Oh. Nice. All right.
Yep. Anyway, okay.
Go ahead.
So the album starts with the song Northern Attitude, which is one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I love there's a lyric that says, "If I get too close and I'm not how you hoped, forgive my northern attitude. I was raised out in the cold."
Yes.
Yeah. So pretty much what it's about is being raised in, like, a sad and depressing environment.
Do you know where he was raised?
He was in Vermont, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Vermont. And so he also talked about how, like, there's only light in the summertime, which kind of maybe potentially relates to his, like, depression, and how in the summertime he was probably feeling a lot better. And yeah, that's what I thought. I really liked it. I think it was a really good song.
I want to bring back up the line you said, if I can get too close and I'm not how you hope, forgive me for my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised out in the cold. Mm-hmm. I think for that, I believe in being referring to how he's not like other people, mm-hmm. and how he thinks and how people change over time. Mm-hmm. And kind of leading to him acting weird when it comes to people leaving and then kind of coming back.
Yes.
That's how I took that.
Yes. I thought it was interesting how, like, he said raised out in the cold. Mm-hmm. I feel like the cold could relate to his, like I don't know, personality. He might be, like, cold towards others because that's kind of, like, where he was raised.
That is true. And I also have a fun fact. In Vermont, the temperature could go up to 22 Fahrenheit or -6 Celsius.
Wow.
I know, right?
It's crazy.
All right.
I love the Celsius representation.
Thank you. I had to make sure I got that in there.
Yeah.
All right, Stick Season. You want to talk about that one?
Sure. So that's actually how I discovered Noah Kahan.
Oh.
Yeah, it was his most popular song. It was, like, a huge build-up on TikTok. That's where I found it. So he was, like, posting little snippets of it, and then he actually finally posted the song. And so it was definitely the first song that I discovered.
Okay.
It was really good. And I like the lyric, "I'm terrified of weather because I see you when it rains." I thought it was really cool because, like, when you break up with someone, everything reminds you of them. So, like, I feel like that was such a cool way of, like, kind of phrasing it. And also, I saw the, like, phrase Stick Season as, like, the time after a breakup, where it's, like, gloomy and, like, you don't really see any, like, joy in it or something. That's what I thought about it.
That's really good. I didn't think of it like that.
Thank you.
I kind of just thought of it as, like, a long distance relationship. And he was kind of, like, sour how it ended.
Yes.
And definitely, it sounds like it ended poorly.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to, like, go on with his life and, like, continue on from that.
Yes.
And it sounds like he also uses, like, weed to like, kind of as, like, a pain. What's the word? Help me out. You know the word.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, instead of feeling, like, hurt, he uses weed to make himself feel better.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
about. I'll edit it and then
I'll understand.
And I'll put the word, like, right there.
Thanks.
If I do decide to edit this.
Yes. Okay.
All right. All My Love.
Oh, it's also a breakup song, which is, like, one of the only ones I think that's a breakup.
Oh, yeah.
right? Isn't it a breakup song? That's what I
It,
said.
I definitely, when I listened to it, I took it as a breakup song.
Yeah.
So I definitely will count this as another love/breakup song that I've done on here.
Yes.
I think the number is up to, oh God, I think 7.
Oh, dang.
I think, yeah, as many podcasts as I had, yeah.
Well, oh, and also, I really like, I don't know how he came up with the idea, but like stick season, it's kind of like really into fall. And that's kind of, or like winter, fall and winter, because like, you know, that's when leaves fall off of trees. I think that's a clever way of like saying, winter, you know what I mean?
That is true.
Isn't that clever?
That's very clever.
It's very clever. Okay, next, All My Love, which is also a classic. I think most people really like it. Of course, all the songs have like such a good rhythm because he's like a genius.
That is true.
He's like his lyrics are incredible, and then his like instrumentals are also really good. But this one is especially catchy, I think. And so what did I say? Okay, so I really like the lyrics. No winter coat could keep out all the cold of your atmosphere, and it kind of, I took it as like it showed how relationship is changing and how that person's becoming more like cold and like distanced from him. And also I said it's meeting someone after a while and realizing that they're changed, but with no remorse or anger towards them, because I felt like there was no, because he kept repeating like, you've got all my love.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was not mad at them. I think he was just like, I don't know, I feel like he just like kind of dealt with the fact that the relationship ended.
I picked that up as well. In the one line, he says, if you need me, dear, I'm the same as I was. It's okay. There ain't no drop of bad blood. It's all my love. I definitely, when I heard that line, I was like, oh, you know, just because of the relationship being over doesn't mean that, you know, he will be like, you know, all sour.
Exactly.
And like, just like absolutely like put a wall up, you know what I mean? He'll still be there for the person no matter what. So I thought that was definitely nice. I also
thought it was cool because he talked about like the present, how they've already broken up, and how he's gonna always be here for them. But also a part of it was like remembering their teen romance. So like, for example, the lyrics, and it's still out here with the pills and the dogs. So in the beginning he said, and I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs, but then he said, and it's still out here with the pills and the dogs, which means that his like the romance that they had still stays in that place. So when they come back, like they could see the memories and stuff like that.
It's a good way of looking at it. That's right.
Thank you.
She Calls Me Back.
She Calls Me Back. Also a really good one.
Yeah.
I thought so personally. I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of the good ones. And I really like the lyrics. There was heaven in your eyes, and I was not baptized. I think that's so clever.
I did like those lines.
Yeah, I feel like it was so clever of saying like I wasn't ready for your love or something like that. And I felt like this song kind of like showed an obsessive relationship. Because he was pretty much what he was saying is like everything's okay when she called me back. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what it was.
The line that you said I did really enjoy, but I also love the first line where it says everything's all right when she calls me back. She calls me back. Lost of a long time. 2 parallel lines. I like that because in geometry, parallel lines. You know what I mean?
They never cross.
They never cross. So I also took it as a 2-way. Maybe they never supposed to ever cross.
Okay, I see. Okay.
See, and
That's
then
smart.
what else did I find in here? Then he says, all the pain I should have saved. Oh, I was too afraid living life in your footsteps, in your heart and in your head. I was too afraid living. So like him there was like him being able to move on from the relationship, because if he didn't, then like he would have been like in like this sorrow, like mellow kind of just like sadness.
Yes, that's true. I also really liked that part. It had like really good rhythm. It was like top tier. Also, I like the lyrics. I love you when the ocean's dry. That
is a good one.
That was a good one.
Oh, also let all of you know, I'm not in front of my computer, so I have everything printed out.
And I took notes on
and she
paper.
Took notes. All right.
Next one.
Come over.
Okay, so this one was a shocker because I personally, when I like listen to songs and stuff, I don't really look at the lyrics that much.
Okay.
I just kind of listen to the rhythm, and that's what I usually like. So this one was shocking because when I listened to it, from what I understood from it, it was kind of like reputation that comes with wealth.
Okay.
Like having money. So for example, my house was destroyed to kind of look like it's crying. Okay, that was a different thing, but I think that was kind of cool because he's pretty much saying that like he was meant to be sad.
Oh.
Like he was like built
to be sad.
That's kind of what it was, I think. And then there's like different layers that are like the word they went missing when the stock market crashed. So no one listens to him after he didn't have any money. You know, when he lost a lot of his money.
Okay.
Or someday I'm gonna be somebody people want. So pretty much from what I took from it is like they're gonna want me when I have money and become more socially desirable from that. And so pretty much what I thought he was saying was he has become undesirable because he lives in his childhood home and it feels like everyone is judging him in his hometown because he's not like living his own life and pursuing his career, living in a big house or a big mansion or something like that, and it's just him.
I gotta get Gigi. We'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. So my side of Come Over, I really, to me, it just picked up that he was kind of losing interest. And like, you know, me being honest, I'm not a fan of this one.
Okay.
At first I was like, okay, but then like after listening to it, I was like, man, this isn't my thing.
That's okay. That's definitely okay. And I kind of agree. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's a good song to cry to. That's like a good
Maybe that's why I didn't
that's
like it.
Yeah, no. I like songs that are really sad, so I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Understandable, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
New Perspective.
Oh. I wrote a lot about this one.
Okay, how about you go first?
Okay. So, appears to him, he's kind of looking back at memories.
Yeah.
From that, what both the relationship they had, like they shared together.
Correct.
That's all I got from this one.
I got more on this one because I looked at other people's opinions and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that is what it's about.
Oh wow.
So the lyrics that said the intersection got a Target and they're calling it downtown, I thought that was so cool because it's so valid. Because what is our downtown? Target, like Dixon City, right?
Yeah.
It's like crazy because that's like a universal experience for all small towns. And so then, okay, so pretty much what it's about is that a person that used to live in that place,
okay.
I think they were in a relationship, I'm pretty sure. They like leave for probably, I'm guessing, for like college or like jobs or something, and they come back with a new perspective. Okay. And so what it shows is like that person sees their small town differently now. So and for me it seems like
sounds like you're leaving in a bad way.
Yes, exactly. I don't think Noah Kahan really liked that. I think he wanted to keep like the innocence or like the young memories still alive rather than like the, I don't know, like what it actually is.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't want to hear like the truth of what it is from like a different perspective.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I didn't even pick that up.
I know. I had to like read in between the lyrics because it was hard to pick up, but I think I got it. But the song Still, that one was hard to like.
Still?
It's later on, but that one, I think that one was the hardest for me to like understand.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
All right, next song.
Everywhere, Everything.
Indeed.
I really like this one. What do you think?
I only listened to it like 4 times. Because I think the main message kept going over my head.
Okay.
About it. For me, I just said that he wants to love them until they are both dead.
Yeah.
And the earth takes them back.
True. That's pretty
I
much
think
what
he
it's
says
about.
that in the line.
Yeah, no,
lyrics.
I love that lyrics. It says, I want to love you till we're food for the worms to eat, and then till our fingers decompose. I think it's dark, but I think it's so cool. I kind of, like, the first time that I listened to it, I kind of caught on to that, and I really liked it.
Okay.
And I think it's just, like, I think he's talking about, like, a young relationship that they had when they were, like, teenagers.
Yeah.
And how they were, like, oblivious to the outside world, but they really enjoyed it, and how they want to be together forever. Pretty much what.
That's pretty. I mean, it's everywhere and everything. You know?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's like the title. All right, Orange Juice.
Orange Juice. Oh, I love this one. This is a good crying song too.
Go ahead then.
So I think that the main message is that trauma haunts and it's hard, and addiction is hard, because I think this song is about struggling with addiction, and I don't know if this is actually true, but I feel like it's alcoholism. And
he does say that a lot.
Yeah. So so a person who is struggling with addiction comes home after a long time, and so I think it happened. He doesn't say, like, it's so hard to catch on to like what is actually happening, because I feel like it's kind of all over the place.
Also, yeah, it's like there's no like real timeline. You know what I mean? Like the other songs or albums, they kind of have like a timeline of like what happens. Like in Igor, kind of goes through a lot, like from beginning to end.
I feel like it's just different. Each song is a different story. I feel like
that's a good way to look at it.
So I think what happened in this song is the person who does come back after struggling with addiction, I feel like they were in a car accident with Noah Kahan. I think that's what it is, or like the main person who's actually singing the song. And I feel like that's kind of where the addiction started. And then there's a line that says, "You didn't put those bones in the ground," which I think what that means is that the person feels guilty because they probably, like, someone died probably in the accident. That's my guess. And so he's trying to say, like, it's not your fault.
Okay.
Which I think that's what that was. And also, there's like a lyric that says, "See the graves as you pass through from our crash back in '02," which that kind of brings me to think that it was a car crash. That's what I think it is. But this one's a really sad song because like it's like the person is like, I don't know, doesn't want to come to their party or come to his home because there's like gonna be alcohol there.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't want to be tempted and stuff.
That's really good.
It's called orange juice because he offers to give them orange juice from like the fridge or something
Instead of something.
Yeah.
For me, one of the line that I enjoyed most was when he said, "Feels like I've been ready for you to come home for so long that I didn't think to ask you where you've gone and then why you go."
That's a good one. That is a good
And
one.
I took that as him being way more focused on the relationship itself. Like he doesn't even see like the problems that they were having beforehand and why the person left in the first place.
I think that's good. I think that makes sense.
Next song?
But this one's a really good one. It's the orange juice. Yes, that one. That's a classic. Okay, Strawberry Wine, which is my favorite. Actually,
really? It's one of them.
It's my second favorite on the regular album and my third favorite on the deluxe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, hey, we'll save the best for last. We're gonna end. We're gonna ask what the song that stole it for you.
Got it. Okay, so Strawberry Wine. It's about. I think it's about grief. That's what it is. So it says, I'm in love with every song you've ever heard," which is a lyric in it, and I think that's really cute. It's like pretty much saying I love you, but in like the most poetic way.
That's true. I have that as well.
Oh, bang! What's that? And I think what happened is that their like person that they were in a relationship died.
Okay.
And I think they were soulmates. So, I think that's what I got from it. It was kind of confusing. And from what I understood is that their love was short, but it was like amazing and it was like beautiful. And the lyrics that I still remember from it, from listening for the first time, I remember this lyric really touched me, was "No thing defines a man like love that makes him soft." I thought that was really cute. And I feel like that's really cool. I like that one.
That's a good line.
It is a good line.
For me, I had for the line, it's in the beginning when he starts by saying, "Darling, speak to me, but don't you say a word. Light a cigarette, I'll watch it as it burns. Remember, tell me what that you know you thought you were cursed. I'm in love with every song you've ever heard."
Mm-hmm.
I like the rhyming from cursed and then heard, just there.
Mm-hmm. And
then I also see it as him kind of admiring them, you know what I mean? Just like, even like something that they do, he admires what they've done. Then also talking about how the lyrics and they kind of invoke this like, it kind of like we understand what he as like the speaker and like the narrator of the story, like how he feels. We definitely get that as well. Yeah. And then we also do get like the hint of pain and heartbreak that came along with it as well. Mm-hmm. And so I also think maybe the relationship itself was cursed.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, the song is half lyrics and half instrumental.
Yes.
And I think that the instrumental is really good on the second part.
Because you can feel something. There's something there.
Yes.
Like even though there's no words.
And I think there's like a banjo in there or something. And I feel like he uses a banjo through like a ton of his songs, which is so unique. I feel like it's a good touch.
Next song.
Growing Sideways. So this one is about mental health.
Yep.
So there's a lyric that is, I think towards the beginning, it says, "I divvied up my anger into 30 separate parts." And I think that's a really cool way of like talking about it, because in therapy, it's like a common therapy tactic was to like put your anger in different parts of your body or something like that. And I thought it was really cool that he mentioned that. I was not expecting it. And so I thought it was also, there's a ton of funny lyrics in this one too, because he said, "Spent my savings at a Lulu, now I'm suffering in style." I thought that was a really funny one. And so I think that the title of the song is Growing Sideways, because he, instead of moving like forward, he's kind of moving sideways. So what I think that means is that he's distancing himself from his emotions and pain to like stay alive and keep going. Mm-hmm. So that probably means that he's not like moving on from it. He's just trying to distance himself. That's what I thought.
I picked it up as him just feeling stuck.
That could also be it. Also be it.
And I also wrote, like, you're just moving sideways.
Yeah. No, I saw some people interpret it as like he feels as if he's like everyone's moving forward and like moving ahead, but he's like stuck and just going sideways instead.
Yeah, because technically if everyone's moving this way and he's moving that way, he's really not going.
Yeah. He's not like hitting all the milestones that everyone else is hitting. Yeah. I think that one has a lot of interpretations.
It definitely, you can pick many from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Next song.
Okay, Halloween.
Ooh.
I love this song. So these are my favorite instrumentals because there's like a beautiful violin in there, I think. It's just, it's so good. So this one is leaving a relationship after a long time of like fighting and finally moving on. And he compares them to a ghost and how that ghost still haunts him. And then also they mentioned Boston in the lyrics. There's a murder of crows in the low light of Boston, and I love Boston, so that was pretty cool.
You definitely were like clapping, like.
I was, for sure, 100%. And also it ends with, so I'm setting sail once again, which means like I'm moving on.
Yeah. For me, he starts by saying, I'm sailing away to a place I'm afraid of. The dawn isn't here. The sun hasn't rose. I'm drinking my... here's one about the drinking. I'm drinking my days with the code, blah, blah, blah. They got money to make me children back home. So, like, I definitely took that as him, kind of... And then this is going to lead into the next song. Homesick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And how he'll just go away, even if it means, like, if he has to sail. Instead, if he has to do anything just to get out of here, and it also kind of, I feel like it also refers to him about the drinking back in stick season, how he's talking about the drinking, and also how it picked up that this person is trying to just move on from the past relationship. Yeah. So it could mean two things: he's moving away from his home and the relationship itself. True. And the lyrics they speak of a journey. Like they read, like when I listen to them, I feel like I have to now just leave. That's what I picked up from it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good one.
Now going to the next song. Homesick.
Wow, that was wicked.
We should have just kept doing that the whole time. Just try saying it at the same time.
We should have. So this one, I think that this one has the most clever lyrics and title. So as we were saying before, we actually started this. Homesick, because normally when you think of homesick, you're like, you miss home and you like want to go home and stuff. This one, he is sick of home.
Sick of home.
That's wicked. I didn't even think of that. So my favorite lyrics are, the weather ain't been bad if you're into masochistic beep.
Wait, did you write it down?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you want me to say it?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Well, we won't curse on your podcast.
I think I have it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I have.
I think you have. I think I heard you curse on it. But anyway.
Oh, sorry.
And then also, there's a lyric that says, whoa.
Take your time. It's okay.
That was a lot. Time moves so damn slow. I swear I feel my organs failing. That's a really funny one because, like, it feels like their town isn't connected to the outside world, and it's just like time is moving super slow. And then I've got dreams, but I can't make myself believe them. That one's so relatable because, like, you technically have dreams, but you're like, oh, is it actually ever gonna happen?
That's true.
Yeah, that's relatable. But I think also there was a lyric where it was about like an Olympic runner that won like a medal for long distance running, and he was like, this place is such great motivation to like run away. So that's why he won it was so funny. I thought that was like hilarious. He's so good at that. What did you think?
I thought that it was him feeling just trapped and unfulfilled in his hometown. The lyrics describe the speaker frustrated with the slow pace of life, and the lack of opportunities, and the feeling of being just stuck in the past. The song begins with the speaker describing the hometown as a place where time moves slow, then suggesting that the speaker is feeling bored / restless, and then kind of just he wants to just leave. Yep. That's really what I got from it.
That's what it's about, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
That is what it's about.
Next song.
Stills. So I think this one...
I said stills.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just ignore that. So this one I think was the hardest one to really analyze what it's about. This one and The View Between the Villages, which is the next one. But I think, of course, I like every single song on the album. Like, I can listen to it on repeat and I never get bored of them. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But what I got from this, that the person doesn't want to say goodbye. That's what I got. Like, there's good lyrics like, it's like, I'm still here with you. He pretty much repeats that. So it's like, I don't want to say goodbye to you because there were such good memories and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I got.
So I got it as about the pain of loss and the difficulty of moving on. Yeah. Like the lyrics describe the speaker as grief as they try to come to terms with the end of a relationship. And then how the song began with the speaker describing how they are falling to pieces after the breakup. And then they say that they find love in the lasting reason. So Very, very good.
Very
I
good.
did like that song when I listened to it.
Yes, it has a good tune.
It does have a good tune to
It
it.
has a good tune. It's just the lyrics I feel like aren't as catchy or like as clever as
Yeah.
the lyrics. You know?
That makes sense.
But it's still a good song. I mean, like every single other one. Song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
next
next
one.
The View Between Villages.
I don't know why I started doing the
We're
Italian.
suddenly Italian.
We're suddenly, yeah.
Okay. This one I'm gonna be honest, I had to kind of look it up because I had a feeling.
Wow.
I had a feeling of what it was about, but I just want to make sure. And
Okay.
I was right. So it's about coming home. So pretty much it takes you, what I felt it was like, it takes you through a journey of driving home. Did you get it? Did you portray it as leaving home?
Well, we'll get there later. We'll get
Okay,
there.
because that's what I thought in the beginning.
Okay.
But then I was like, oh, maybe not. So there's a lyric that says, "I'm a minute from home, but I feel so far from it because I feel like the person has been distanced from their home for such a long time and from the people that they love
Okay.
that they don't feel connected yet." And then he says, "The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me stranded for a mile or two," which I feel like is when you drive like past your like into your hometown, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see all the places I used to go to, you see all the places I used to visit, and the people and stuff. It's like that's all kind of coming to you all at once. It's kind of coming to you all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it brings me through the emotions of like driving home and all the memories coming back.
That's really good. I kind of, for me, I felt like it was him talking about how like getting caught between like different phases of life.
Ooh.
So like the song opens with him talking about the air around him and how this journey down a road. The opening line, kind of brings a sense of like uncertainty or like hesitation, and then it kind of how him kind of experiencing a rush of emotions, and it could be of him, how he is kind of coming back to this his village or home, and he's getting all these crazy emotions from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't pick up him coming home,
Yes.
but
Yeah, no, I feel like there's so many ways to interpret it, and that's definitely a really good way to put it. That was a good one.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
Your needs, my needs. Bang. So, I think this is the life and death of a relationship, but I don't know. This one's kind of hard because it kind of starts off with. Oh, actually, I don't know what starts off. But it's like towards the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the lyrics that are losing touch, the waiting game.
Okay.
So it's like they're starting to become distanced. And then in the beginning, he says, "You were a work of art. That's the hardest part." But then towards the end, he says, "I was a work of art, and that's the hardest part."
Mm-hmm.
Like he changed it, and I feel like it brings you through the whole journey of the love story. Also, this one I think has the best beat drop.
Really?
Yeah. Did you remember? It's like really slow, and then at one point it gets like super aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
For me, the song, it seemed to be about a relationship. So it kind of leading us to believe that the narrator and how like the relationship began to like rot away from like what this person needed, like in like the title, and then their needs as well.
Yes. I think that it could also go into the idea that at one point their needs were his needs, right? So I feel like he didn't put himself first. So it could have also been that.
It could also be that.
Could have been also been that.
All right.
Dial drunk. Okay, so this one, I think it was about being blinded by love, and I think he compared being drunk to being like blinded by love, So, it starts off with the lyrics, "I'm remembering, I promise to forget you now," and I think that was so clever because like remembering and forgetting is like the complete opposite,
yeah.
and I thought it was like cool. And then pretty much he says that like the main, what is it called? Anyway, he repeats, "I dial drunk, I'll die a drunk, I'll die for you." It all sounds the same, but like it is different lyrics. Like in the beginning, I thought it was just "I dial drunk" and he just repeated that, but it doesn't. It changes. Like "I'll die drunk, I'll die for you." That's crazy. So I think that's what it's about.
I took it more as like how it's called dial drunk. I took it as him being in some kind of like either something happened where he got like arrested, all right?
Yeah.
And he probably for being drunk, and he called one person,
Yes.
and it was this person.
Yes. That is what it's about, technically.
Technically,
Technically, that is
yeah, you know. So I took it as like him using their as their emergency number.
Yeah.
So for something that he's
Like,
done when drunk, because I feel like that's the only way he could really, for him to be like drunk and like he's an open book when he's drunk. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he would do what he thinks is the best at that moment, and it's call this person.
Yes. Yes. I think that it could also be like a excuse to call him.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Or it could be like the only time he's like allowed to call him, or like when he actually does. Also, this one is also really good. It's one of my favorites too.
I did like it when I listened to it.
Next one.
Paul Revere.
This one was so weird because like, who's Paul Revere?
You don't know who Paul Revere is?
No.
Oh my God, Tyrion, you know who Paul Revere is?
You don't know who Paul Revere is?
No.
He's the guy that's like the British right coming.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was the guy that said the British were coming.
Really?
He rode on his horse. He was like, the British are coming, the British are coming.
What?
Yeah, that's his reason for not fighting in the war. He just wanted to be the guy to tell them.
I mean, I just looked up and he was an American silversmith. That's what I got.
I think you're looking at the wrong Paul Revere.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I can't believe you didn't know that.
No, I had no idea who Paul Revere was.
Wow.
That's why it was so random for me.
I mean, I chuckled when I read that, and then when I listened to the song, I understood why.
You understand? Okay, you go first.
Okay, so for Paul Revere, it's a person who is feeling trapped in their hometown, like always, for this. And the lyrics describe the speaker longing to leave. Because Paul Revere, he didn't really stay in one place for long.
Okay.
Because he would look, they actually, like, Paul Revere, they would do like a light thing. I think one blink was good, 2 blinks British.
Okay.
So then he would look at that, then go around and start telling everyone.
Okay.
So that's what I really took about it.
Okay. I thought, so I think mine's kind of similar to that. So I thought it was about how like people want to disappear from their small town. So I guess that makes sense, like moving around all the time. Because like he was pretty much talking about how in the beginning he was talking about, and when they ask me who I am, I'll say I'm not from around here. So it's like he kind of didn't want to have anything to do with his town. But I think it changed towards the end because he said if I could leave, I would have already left. Which kind of means it's like kind of turning the whole thing around, which is like he doesn't want to leave. Maybe he just wants to stay here and like be a part of this town, because I thought the entire album was kind of like the hot and cold of living in one town your whole life. Because some songs were like about the negative aspects of it, but then some were like this is a great place and all that. And you'll see it continues on into the album.
Very, very nice. Very
also,
nice.
Has an incredible instrumental ending. That's what I wrote down.
That is true.
It's really good.
All right, ready? Next one.
Yeah. No complaints. Okay. So I think this is has the best instrumental, and it has like really good lyrics.
Okay.
This is like a really well-made song.
I thought the lyrics were nice as well.
Yes. So okay. So he starts it off, I think, or like one of the beginning ones is I thought I had something, and that's the same as having something. Which is so interesting, like, if you think about it. Like, if you think that you have something, that means you do have something. So, like, something means to you. And I don't know, that was kind of cool. And then he said, I finally got sewed up. I set a time, then I showed up. Which means, like, he is finally healing and, like, going to therapy and trying to, like, you know, sewed up is, like, you know, putting himself back together, kind of. So then, the part that really got me and, like, really made me emotional was I saw the end, it looks just like the middle. Which pretty much meant was at one point he wanted to like end his life, but then after he like healed a little, he realized that was just the middle of his life. That was not even close to the end. So I think it just takes you through the journey of healing and dealing with depression.
That is good. I took it as him. Noah appears to address the struggles that can happen when, like, you know, for mental illness.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the mental health itself, related issues.
Yes.
Sometimes things are bad, and like, you know, everyone kind of looks for like a numbing way to get rid of it instead of like just addressing the problem. And you know, it's difficult to realize that like you can still, you know, complain even though like you want to like end it. You know what I mean? Like it's better just to complain than to just keep, you know, finish it off right there.
Right.
That's what I took from it.
Yeah, and also he was talking about how at one point he just doesn't feel anything anymore, which he said it was like. I mean, at least it doesn't, like, it's still, like, at least I'm still alive and, like, surviving. Which was hard because it's, like, he doesn't get to feel everything, but he still keeps going. Now, that was definitely a really emotional one, I think.
I think this next one's emotional.
Oh dang, this
next one's a little.
So this one's about. Oh wait,
We
sorry.
gotta
Call your mom. Okay, so this one is definitely a crier.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
could definitely cry on this one. So it's about suicide.
Yeah.
And so pretty much he's saying that like I think it was his friend or something. They attempted it.
Yeah.
And he's saying how he's also gone through that and how he stayed on the line with the entire night till they let it in and let it out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they let it out and let it in, which is like let all the negative out and let all the love in, which that was really clever. And also he said all the lights turned off can be turned on. Such a good way to look at it. Such a good way to look at it. But yeah, this one. Oh, also, what I think was a really good lyric was "Waiting room, no place to stand," which shows like how much they were really loved, and it kind of shows like the effects of
Yeah.
doing that.
That's right. Yeah. I agree with everything you said. It's actually I found a part on Twitter after the album was released. So Noah says for those asking about "Call Your Mom" live, like if he does it live. It's gonna be very difficult for him to perform that one live every night. I hope I learn to perform it with more composure for it now. But because to him, it's really
emotional.
It's like it's there for him. I mean,
Yeah.
and I remember after listening, I went, "Wow,
that one hit.
It hit.
That was like really deep, and it was definitely hard to listen through the lyrics because it was like it was out from one point it was really sad, but also some points like "Waiting room, no place to stand." Like some lyrics like that were really like heartwarming in a sense.
I get that.
It was definitely a whole span of emotions, but it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
You're gonna go far.
Yeah.
Boom.
So this is a good one. So I really liked that he kind of explained that he was growing up by saying lyrics like this: "The college kids are getting so young, ain't they?" Like that's kind of cool because he was like pretty much saying that like, oh, they're so young, they're such kids, like they like when older people are like, oh my gosh, he's just a kid.
Yeah.
She's just a kid, right? And then he also another lyric that I relate to all the time, and I even gave up driving after nightfall. I get tired of the frat boys with the brights on. Here we have a big problem with the brights and people not turning them off. But
Are you one to leave them on?
No, I'm not. I turn them off every single time I see a car.
Do you have the automatic ones? Ones like you turn them on and there's an automatic setting when like a car gets close enough, they go off, and once they go by.
Oh, we do not have those. No.
You don't know?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's very sad.
Yeah, no, I turn them off manually every single time.
I find it like a game. When I'm driving at night with my dad, I'm just like, oh car, oh turn it off.
That's what I do.
Turn it back on.
That's what I do, but some people don't turn them off, and it sucks.
No, that's when you turn yours on to then tell them.
Oh, that's smart.
Do you just take it?
Yes, I just take it. I take it like a champ. I'm like.
Yeah, you driving like.
No, I'm like I wasn't
eyes
farting.
wide instead of blinking like a deer. Like,
yeah,
oh.
Exactly. That's what I do. Anyway, so okay, so pretty much what this was about is leaving and how you have to leave to do great things sometimes, and sometimes it's like it's hard, but if you want to go far, then you got to go far, and it's definitely really touching because he says that like their family will always be there for them, and like things won't change when you come back, but you have to go out and do things. You can't just like stay in one place to actually do like things that you want and stuff.
I took it as him, kind of like a goodbye address, you know what I mean? And how, he's not angry at the person or like, anything that they've done. It's just kind of like overwhelming for him.
Yeah, no, it's a really good one. I definitely cried to this one.
Did you really?
Yes, because it's like, it's hard since I moved a lot, and it's like, my family's like really far away, and that was my parent, like the first person in the family to move out were my parents. So it was like, it was definitely a good one. Especially now leaving for college, also gonna hit a little different.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
All right. I don't have anything here.
Okay.
The view between villages extended.
Yeah. So pretty much the only thing that he adds is there's a little monologue by, I think, so there's an old lady and an old man, and I think that's his grandparents.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure. And so the old lady says, talks about how the town was perfect for her, how she's not a city girl. She said that. And it was so cute, and how like the town is like a really good place for her. It was a perfect size, and then the old man loves the small community and the amazing people. So I think that was a way to like, so he has so many negative things about living in that town for like for forever and like never moving away and stuff. But then I think he ended up with like, but it's beautiful, and it's like some people just love it here, and it's such a good community.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that because I didn't write anything down
That's okay.
because I took it as just an extended version of it, which they do sometimes. Like
Yeah. Did you listen to it or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So pretty much it's like in between the verses, he just adds that.
Oh, okay.
It's really cute.
Okay. So now, what would you say was the song that stole it for you?
You're gonna go far.
You're gonna go far.
That's my favorite one. What about you?
I think for me, it was, Halloween was good.
Yes.
Everything, everywhere, everything was good. But I think for me, the one that like got me, it was definitely, I would have to say, either I think All My Love or and then She Calls Me Back.
That's a classic. That's a classic. Yeah. No, I think a lot of them have like really good rhythm and really good beats, and also a lot of them have extremely good lyrics. But those are definitely good ones too. My number one is You're Gonna Go Far. My number two is Halloween, and my number three is Strawberry Wine.
Okay, yeah, I'll do my top three.
Top three.
All right, so we're gonna do All My Love first. All right, that's number
Okay.
one. Then She Calls Me Back.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do Halloween. Right.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, that's it.
That's
I believe it.
I think that was a long one.
This is a long one. It's about 48 minutes.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
yeah.
But I'm also gonna do a skit.
Oh, we gotta do a skit?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
okay.
we'll do that once I get all of them done as
Okay.
well. We'll just do all the skits at once, and then I'll just add it to the ending.
Okay, that
So,
works.
Yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Means a lot, Marta,
Thanks
thank
for
you
watching.
thank you for coming on.
Of course.
you
My
know,
pleasure.
Guys, she has a podcast of her own, Glistening Stitches,
Yep.
on
Glistening
YouTube.
Stitches.
And please go support her. I'll put the link in description. And that's really it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Subscribe, and like. Come on, it's a great podcast. You gotta subscribe and like it up.
It is true. It is pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey, you have a good one too.
Oh, but
Alright.
he's a different level. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much. Means a lot. I'll talk to you all later.